players are like, this ain't where I want to be.
Over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah, like it's a lot. So you have players that are very significant on this Indiana Fever team. They're like, I don't
want to be here.
That's where I want to be.
Yeah. Now, what is it allowed to play for? What kind of things do you say?
I'm not in the locker room.
Okay. All of you know.
I'm talking about more social media.
Okay. It's a turn, right? It's really a turn of the tides.
Right. Here's my point. The beginning of the year, right? Everybody saw it. The Fever played, I don't know, how many games?
6.
But tons, right? They played a lot of games the first half of the season.
Yeah.
And you can see the difference that refs made for this team, for individual players and for the team. But the beginning of the year, you have a player like an Aaliyah Boston, who was Rookie of the Year last year, #1 draft pick, a hell of a player. But because things weren't going the way everybody thought they should, then you got social media coming out, calling her everything but a child of God. Made the kids delete her social media. And now that they're winning and she's playing better, oh my God, we love you, Aaliyah.
Yeah.
But my thing is this. So what happens when Aaliyah ain't playing well again?
Back to it.
And so as a player,
Back to it.
as a player, do you want to continue to stay in a situation where you keep yourself vulnerable to all of the hate that you know is going to come to you if you're not playing the way everybody thinks you should be playing?
But the grass ain't
And that's
greener.
even people who don't know basketball.
Grass ain't greener on the other side. You go to another team thinking it's going to be different. It's the same and
But if you're a player, and I'm just using Aaliyah as an example because Aaliyah's not a free agent. But if you're a player like an Aaliyah Boston, you know the worth you bring to any other franchise. Now, and you know how that works. Not every player who's a free agent should leave because the grass probably ain't gonna be greener for you.
Thanks.
But a player like a Kelsey Mitchell could be very valuable to
anywhere. Yeah, facts.
Right? Aaliyah Boston could be very valuable to any team when she becomes a free agent. I'm just saying. And I don't know.
But the devil's advocate.
Timeout.
The devil's advocate.
Timeout, because I need to say this because I know how this shit works. I haven't had a conversation with anybody. I don't know who leaving, who's staying. I'm just talking, right? Scenario. That's all.
Devil's advocate on a situation. Who is complaining that they're not getting recognition again?
Find the car and truck you need at Superstore Autos in Jacksonville. We have a courteous staff, a great location, and plenty of quality vehicles. Visit us today in store or online and ride home in style. Superstoreautos.com.
This is a monster who did this.
I love you.
I just want to find out who killed my kid.
Let's see what do we do. Colors.
What team? Sky? No. What team? The Lynx. Okay, so how good is the Lynx? Very good. And no one's paying attention to them. No matter how good they're playing, no one's paying attention to them. So all those players on there is fighting for a light, right? Fever has this big, bright light, which means someone like Boston, he wasn't playing well, everyone don't like you, right? When you are playing well, Jesus, open up the red carpet. Boom. So she's getting the red carpet treatment when she's playing well, and when she's not,
When did she get a red carpet treatment?
just fans, people, right? So what ends up happening is, as hateful as everybody was to her jersey, when they loved her jersey's moving like hotcakes. She's getting voted into the All-Star game. So it is a hate and love thing. So as the player, you have to understand that either you're going to have this really high level hate and love, or you can be playing very great and no one notices you. But you can be playing very bad and no one notices you. So which one do you want to be in? Because you can average 20 and get 200,000. You can average 15, get 600,000, and they hate you or love you for it. Yeah. So it's a pulling, it's a tugging. It's one of these, and you gotta like her now today. love that girl. It's not the same as when the beginning of the season. Like when you see them on social media, you're like, okay, it's a Kobe and Shaq. There's a Kobe and Shaq
I
right
don't know
now.
if they love her now. My thing is this: when they're winning, no, she's the best player. When they're winning, it's like, oh, we had a good game. And as soon as they lose the game, it's right back to why is she here?
Why is she here?
So as a player, though, from a mental standpoint, I don't know if I want to subject myself to that every single game.
But that's the difference between this whole mental health movement and just being mentally strong and mentally resilient to take the fact that you're gonna play bad, you're gonna play good, they're gonna fucking love you, they're gonna fucking hate you. This is the part of being a professional. I show up regardless if you niggas love me or hate me.
No doubt.
Because at the end of the day, I know now that when you play good, they love you. When you play bad, they hate you. You know what you gotta do? Play fucking good. Or you still gotta play fucking good. As much as you wanna not have that pressure on you, if you're worried about what people are saying out there, play fucking good.
We saw the same thing last night with the Eagles game. Saquon Barkley, 3 touchdowns in the first game in the win. Had that huge drop last night.
All that other shit don't matter.
None of that shit matters.
You can go over 10, make the last layup, they forget everything.
Everything.
You can score 20 in a row and then miss the last layup. Oh, shit, get rid of them. But I'd rather be on that stage. I'd rather be on that stage. Because when you're talking about the Minnesota, you're playing well and nobody knows you.
29-9.
Right? So your efforts, you are, what I'm saying is you are not looked at. Right? There's girls you're better than.
But you said the team's not being looked at or talked about?
The team and the players and all that.
You gotta live off of this. What is she considered in the WNBA? What ranking?
Probably top 5.
Is she a top 5? Because we can tell you where her jersey sales are and her all-star ranking is.
At her position, I would say she's top 10.
Top 10. Top 10.
In her position.
Okay.
Right?
In the league itself.
You're talking about Minnesota. Oh no, people absolutely talk about the piece of Collier.
Yeah. Is her jersey selling more than
Boston? Yeah.
Not Boston. She's right underneath because she's an MVP candidate. Who? I know, but jersey still like. Minnesota's selling. But what I'm saying is it shouldn't even be on the same planet, though, right? Right. And the fact
Wait, who shouldn't? You're saying Aaliyah shouldn't be on the same planet as the pizza?
Yeah.
Because of credentials.
Because of credentials.
But if you're here, number 1 pick, playing well, it should be here.
I don't know if I agree with that.
No, I'm saying,
You're saying Aaliyah
should be here.
shouldn't be on the same level as Nafisa?
Yeah, Nafisa should be here, right? The MVP candidate, and it's Minnesota.
Wait,
I know what you're saying.
but you're talking about as far as jersey sales?
This period is just,
Everything.
right? It's that big market, like, that's what I'm saying. If you're not in a big market, in a small market, your numbers you don't really feel the love.
Well, they're both in small markets.
I suppose.
But you heard Indiana, it's
One
a
is
big
the
market.
one
It's
has
a big market now.
But I think with Aaliyah, though, it's also, I go back to college. Right? South Carolina they're everywhere. So they're going to support Aaliyah. They're going to support anybody that went to South Carolina.
That's true. South Carolina.
No, listen, South Carolina's going to support their players, period.
So, sure, you talked about, obviously, the Fever struggling early in the season, but let's talk about what's happened lately. Been one of the hottest teams in the W post-Olympic break. I believe 9-4 in that span. Caitlin Clark, huge reason for that success. So, set the WNBA single season assist record. Kept adding to a record-breaking season on Sunday, dropping a career 35 points in a win over the Dallas Wings to set the WNBA single-season scoring record for a rookie, surpassing Simone Augustus' previous record. So, gotta add context. Clark has 761 points in 39 games. Augustus set the previous record of 744 points in 2006 when the WNBA season was only 34 games. But for the season, Caitlin Clark averaged 20 points, league-leading 8 assists, 6 rebounds, 1.3 steals. Now has the Fever back in the playoff for the first time since 2016. So are you surprised by Caitlin Clark and the Fever's improvement since the Olympic break?
Since the Olympic break?
Or do they need that break to-
No doubt. think, and so I've talked about this with other people. I felt like the Olympic break helped the Indiana Fever more than any other team. And I felt like the Olympic break really hurt Chicago. Because I thought before the break, Indiana was playing well, Chicago was playing well, and granted, there have been injuries and things like that. But since the Olympic break, this Indiana Fever team, to me, is a completely different team. And I don't know if people really understand how much, like, rest plays a part of that. Because when you look at Caitlin, she went from playing in college, playing in the Final Four, going to the draft, going to training camp, season starts, and the Fever are playing, I don't know how many games they played just in a row. But what I've seen from this team, it's not just about like one player, but their ability to really gel together, and their chemistry right now is like they look like they've been playing together for years. And I do think what Caitlin's been able to do in a short period of time has been very impressive, right? And so, because I know people are like, oh my God, you said she wouldn't be good. But I didn't say she wouldn't be good. What I said was I didn't think Caitlin or Angel would come into the league and dominate immediately, which I don't think either of them did. But I
was the
will
only
say,
one who said that. So I think a lot of people felt that way. You talked to a lot of players in the W. It's like, look, it's hard for rookies to make that transition.
It's hard.
College to jump. Gino said it too.
No, but it is hard.
But it's unfortunate. But you said it, but you're saying it. Dominate, right? When we're talking about Caitlin, we're talking about when she said dominate, when we're saying dominate, we're thinking what she does in college. Score the ball. She dominated college.
It's back. Denny's 2468 value menu is back from the afterlife. Feed your soul with deals to die for, including the Save 3 Times Slam. The 2468 value menu only at Denny's. Don't miss Beetlejuice only in theaters September 6th. Only on Paramount Plus. Frank.
Garbo.
Stream all 3 Quiet Place movies.
Quiet Place, the last movie was Garbo. Quiet Place Day 1 was trash.
Right?
no, she dominated in college.
She dominated. So when she said you won't come here and dominate off the rip. Averaging 17 is not dominating compared to averaging 30-something for 4 straight years.
But that was also like the first half of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like after the break, I still don't think she's dominating, but she's a different player than she was in the first half of the season. And I think because of her adjustment and her ability to play first half of the season, you have a break. And it was great that the Olympics was this year, right? That she came into the league. You had a break, had an opportunity to work on your game, do whatever it was she did, but also an opportunity to practice with your teammates. And like I've never questioned if Caitlin was a good player. I think she's a hell of a player. And my thing was, no, I didn't think she would come in and dominate. I thought it would take her some time to adjust to being a professional. And to me, I think that's exactly what she's done. And her teammates have, like, they too have taken their game to a whole nother level. I think that's what has made this Indiana Fever team a hell of a team post-Olympic break.
Yeah. You know what I think? I think leading the WNBA in assists is dominated.
You think so?
I do.
Why?
Because she's rookie. But never been in this action. She's also leading in turnovers. No, I was going to mention. I was going to get into all of that.
But those turnovers are not really her turnovers.
And that's why I was going to get into it. So the domination, when you talk about her already leading the W in assists, and a lot of the assists that she could have gotten were now turnovers. Because they're
Sure, you can talk about it every play.
Of course.
But this is obvious with her. She's throwing pitcher heads, wide open layups. They're smoking them. This could be 13 a game. This could be 14 a game. Like they're literally just dropping passes. And she's making a lot of mistakes as a point guard, as a rookie. So you're making a lot of mistakes. When you're the problem with this statement, and it's easy to come at you when she's successful, right? For sure. Right? For sure. If we had a number, if we would have said when we're talking about dominating with Caitlin Clark, what would those numbers have? What would the numbers? It would have been a scoring number. Exactly. Yeah. Right? Because of high clip, shooting, right? So we would have been like,
that's what she did in
That's another 20 points per game. So you don't consider 20 points per game?
So if her stats, when we're saying she won't do this in the W, she averaged 31.6, 7.4 rebounds, 9 assists, right? Did anyone expect her to do that in W? No, right? So she didn't do that, no. Now, if we say her stats are today, what?
20 points, 8.4 assists, 6 rebounds.
That's crazy. But 5.6
Those are hell of a number.
Those are hell of a rookie.
But to me, that's not dominating.
Yeah, it's only not dominating because she's a rookie. Now, if she's putting up numbers like Asia right now, would she be dominating? Yes. So it's about the numbers. I don't look at the dominating factor being numbers. It's what you're doing on the floor. And those numbers would change if the factors on the floor changes. You make that layup, the stats change. If you swing, I get a layup, the stats change. These are factors on the floor that we don't get to see because we're glorifying the stat. When we talk about dominating, and you look at the passing, like, that's an obvious thing. And Alyssa Thomas is probably the only one that could be like, yo, I'm the passer.
Yeah, but
I'm the dominating passer.
You can't say that when everybody else, they're quick to throw stats, right? It's like, oh, well, this is what she did. Like somebody's like, oh, Chelsea only scored 34 points in the WNBA. Caitlin scored 35. So you can't use stats when it benefits you.
But I only use the play of the game. Like, you can say stats, and if you didn't watch the game, you're only going on what they're telling you this person scored. But if you watch the game, you're like, that person should have had 42. That person should have had 22 assists. But I watched the game. You're only looking at the highlights.
No.
For the especially for Caitlin, like when you really watch Caitlin play, you're like, damn man, she could have had this, she could have had that, she could have been more aggressive. She's not reading the floor well.
For sure, you can do that for every single player that plays the game.
I know, but I'm doing it for the rookie because she came in with an expectation. Everybody else didn't come in with an expectation to even analyze their game. So if we want to say whether or not Caitlin is dominating or not, we have to actually look at the totality of her game and not just the highlights. No, but what I'm saying is when we're talking about that, like, no rookie is in dominating form. But when we're saying dominating, when you go through history and say, well, Candace Parker dominated her rookie year. Yeah, how? You don't feel she was great her rookie year, and she was better than expected her rookie year. But if you take her rookie year compared to her dominating year, is it? Can we say that? If you say MVP, you wouldn't say that she dominated. Yeah. So her best year was her rookie year. I'm not saying it was her best year, but if I come in as a rookie and I'm the most valuable year, but if I'm the most valuable player in the league, how can you I didn't dominate the league that year? Is it your best year? No. Your best year is your most dominating year, right? Well, why can't I have 5 dominating years? You could. Shaq? I mean, I think rookie year was dominating. Dominant versus most dominant. I think it's 2 different. That's what I'm saying. It's because we're throwing a blanket on it, right? We're throwing a blanket on it. Let's say this. Dominant as a rookie. He's more dominant than all of the rookies. But we didn't say we didn't use it in rookie terms. Because she didn't come down with the statement saying that we didn't even know the dominant rookie.
No, my statement was, because everybody was talking, right? My statement was, I don't think, and let me clarify this. I've made the statement about both Angel and Caitlin, not just Caitlin. My statement was, I don't think either of them are going to come into the league and dominate immediately, meaning what they did in college.
Over all of the players in the W.
And the reason why I said it is because you have a player like an Asia Wilson who has been in this league for a while and gets better every single year. And maybe this is more so for the new fans who never watched the WNBA. So my point being, there is hella talent in this league. It's not going to be as easy as y'all think it's going to be.
Right.
But also saying, don't put all that pressure on these rookies, and just say Angel and Caitlin in particular, because that's who everybody was talking about. Like, don't put all that pressure on them to feel like they got to come in and do what they did in college. Like, let them get to the league, let them adjust, let them understand what it means to be a pro.
Well, that's why I say she dominated from the aspect of her peers, which are the other rookies. I was the most dominant rookie that came in, and I dominated.
But that wasn't explained like that.
But it wasn't about the
rookie.
Exactly. But it wasn't about the rookies. It was about all the talent in the league.
So because she surpassed that, now that she's surpassed dominating all the rookies, she's chasing Asia now.
But as the number one overall pick, is that expected when you come into the W?
Like when the word dominating came out, it was basically for me. Is she going to be doing what she does as a rookie? No. Is she going to be doing that at some point? Probably. Right? Because eventually the skill set turns over. Absolutely. So if this is her rookie year, she only gets better.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? So at some point she's averaging 20, whatever. Is there going to be a point in time where she averages?
According to Kamala Harris, the economy is fixed. Really? Because at our age, our parents owned a home, had kids, saved for retirement. If our parents could do it, I can't leave. Reject Kamala.
Jalapeno bombers in a round. Try one. Church's meats in the wraps. The original to the spicy jalapeno cheese bomb. That's the wrap. That's the wrap. That's the wrap. You can choose me two starting at $4. Church's.
28 and 9? Yeah. Here's a good question.
No, it should be.
Yes. And that's when you say dominating. Here's a good question then. What guard, other than Caitlin, is dominating the league right now? Dominating guard.
I don't know if it's a guard.
You got to compare to what they do, Alyssa. I'm just saying guard. Alyssa, this is the fourth.
So here's what I would tell you. You're saying,
I'm saying between
listen, you're saying right now.
Right now, what?
I would also say this. Kelsey Mitchell is
Right there. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
But so you got Enrique, you got Kelsey, you got Kennedy, probably Enrique.
For
But we have to dominating has to be what your attributes are, right? So I'm dominating at what I'm good at. What are you good at? And Caitlin's not dominating or like they're good at.
The player that's dominating is Angel Wilson.
You're talking about guards.
I know, but so I'm saying I don't know if there is a guard that's dominating.
But you said Kelsey shooting 47% from the field, 40% from three.
She's dominating. But we'll say percentages. No, but we'll say for her skill, Enrique, right? She's like she's supposed to average 20. Like she's dominating. We know what we've seen from Caitlin. And we know the assist is there yet. She hasn't, like, the second half of the season, the 28, the 35, she's starting to feel it.
Yeah.
Next year and her third year, we should expect brilliant basketball. Because the game she didn't figure out. This year's still learning.
But it also, I agree with that, but it also depends on the players that are around her, how great she can be. Because I feel like the second half of the season, like those 19 assists, which are crazy numbers, and you're saying, yeah, it could have been more, agreed. But if you don't have players around you that can score the basketball, you're not going to get 19 assists. Kelsey Mitchell has been incredible since Olympic break. Lexi Hall, once Christy decided to pull Lexi from the end of the bench and put her in the game, has changed the team, right? Aaliyah Boston. So, yes, I think, to your point, her next year, she'll get better. Her third year, she's going to be even better than this year, which is expected. My question to you is this. So if you're the number one draft pick, right? Aaliyah Boston, number one draft pick last year, went to Indiana. There are expectations for her to be great, right? She's a number one draft pick for a reason. And everybody wants to compare Caitlin to Angel, which to me I hate because they're two totally different players. Angel Reese was drafted number 7 to Chicago. Not a lot of expectations. People were like,
Slipped in the draft.
she slipped in the draft. She couldn't score in college, all of that. There was no way I thought Angel was going to come into the league and be dominant, which she wasn't. But Angel's game, her offensive game, everybody knows this, has never been, it wasn't even that great in college, right? So yes, she has to work on that. There are things Caitlin has to work on. My question to you is, not necessarily where do you rank Angel, but Angel's averaging a double-double rebound. To me, one of the best rebounders I've ever seen in the game. And people want to talk about her own misses, which I don't agree with that. But if they are, box her ass out of rebound.
Yeah, true.
Right?
It doesn't matter.
So if you don't want her to get it, box her out. So she's averaging a double-double. And as the number 7 pick, I don't really think people expected that. So do you consider her dominating?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because you look at the dynamic of how you can change the game when you come into the game, and how no one has an answer for the things you're doing to change the game. Angel proved that she can come in the game, change the dynamic, and shift the game due to her rebounding, her knack for understanding where to be and how to fucking do it. And she did it at a rate where she could average 15, 16 boards a game easy. Okay, so I look at
13.1.
so I'm looking at Caitlin, right? And we say the reason I forged the question of dominance between guards is because she's giving you 20 and 9, right? There's no other guard giving you those aspects. So when we talk Joker, remember how we talk Joker? We have to take away his assists for it to be a conversation amongst other bigs, because he has a dynamic that separates him. Okay, and it offers points, it offers camaraderie, it offers team confidence, because I'm passing. Caitlin Clark dominated her rookie year because she brung points and she brung assists and she brought wins. She was a dominant
rookie year.
because she's never been here before. She had no
I know,
experience.
but what I'm saying, so do you think this is the best she can be?
No, I'm just saying, no. She dominated amongst the people that didn't think that she could. She gave you points and she gave you an assist. So you tell me the other guards, Enrique, Kelsey, all these other guards that you can name up and line up beside her.
It compares to, it's like me comparing Allen Iverson with Mark Jackson. If all the guards are like Mark Jackson and then Allen Iverson come in, I can't compare their two.
But Mark Jackson is not giving you 20 and 10.
Because he can't physically do it.
Right.
But this is a different, but this is a different breed.
Mark Jackson versus Allen
This is a different breed of this is a new breed that's coming in, right? This is just the beginning. So if I say she's dominant, I know what you're capable of.
But you're
so I'm not even going to pretend. That this, I know you are a 30 and 10, 12 person. So I'm not even going to say you're dominant. I know what you're capable of. Like, when Kobe and Shaq, we all knew when Shaq left, what did we say? Oh, this motherfucker's about to dominate.
No.
Yes, we did.
Kobe Bryant was the most dominant. He was the most dominant two guard during the three-peat.
The dominant two guard during the three-peat. And then what did we see what dominance really looked like when Shaq left? Yes, this is dominant. That other shit was, oh, you were really good. This is dominating. 81, 63. This was a dominating.
They had
when 80 left, we who wrote it? Someone wrote, oh shit. Russell might average a triple-double. Then there was a player who said that. I don't know what player. There was a player, when KD left, someone said, oh, Russell might fuck around and average a triple-double this year. No one believed it. But someone see, like, we know what his potential is. Kayla's potential is 30. Guaranteed.
No doubt.
When that happens, that is her dominant year.
No, bro. Austin Rivers. No, you can't equate dominance just to points.
Well, no. But because of 30 and 12, that's going to be 30
30, 12, and she's going to have eight rebounds.
Yeah.
That's where her potential is.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
That's
What
what
she's
she's
doing right now is still not. She's still doing
Injuries?
19 assists and not dominating?
Yes.
This stuff
But she's not actually 19, right?
She's averaging 10.
20 points and 8.4.
What was that? Is Angel Reese?
She ain't averaging
20 points and 8.4. So 19.5 points.
Angel Reese?
9 assists.
Remember,
Angel Reese dominating this year?
right.
You better roll those cameras. Really continue with that number. Yeah.
But it's good.
My Spotify feels like a road trip. We have so many different emotions and so many different events and chapters of our life. It's really a mix of everything.
Angel Reese dominating this year? No. No, this is not a dominating.
No, she's not.
This is a baby.
But
She's a baby right now.
But this is for all. See, we're not talking about where she's going to go in the
Because
future.
it doesn't even make sense.
She has no expectation.
What record is she
And
has?
she comes in and she leads the league.
Double-double record and then a rebounding record.
Say it again?
Consecutive double-doubles and a rebounding record.
Next year she's going to break that.
But that's already a dominant record right now.
No.
She's dominating the rebounding.
The problem is she dominated it, but we know that's the bottom line of it.
Yes, but we can't say it's not a dominant.
She's going to dominate again.
Yeah, both of them dominate.
All we can do is sit here right now, September 17th, and say what it is right now. We can't say
She dominated.
Okay,
She dominated.
They both have really good rookie.
if we take away
Both led in the category they're good at.
No.
They dominated the year. They dominated at the top.
We take away the expectations, and we take away their expectations and say, we didn't expect anything from them because we never seen them play. Okay, they dominated. Right, they dominated. They dominated in as rookies,
But that was the expectation she set up.
no, her expectation was 30.
No, her expectation came in and saying, you guys are not going to come in here and dominate like you think. That's her saying, listen, whatever your expectation is, we're going to be more difficult.
I said dominate immediately.
Immediately, yeah. So regardless,
You know what?
the
And they didn't
expectation,
dominate
and they
immediately.
didn't. But the
That's
expectation
what I
was
said.
set. It was set. That, hey, look, we're not expecting y'all to come in here and dominate. We're not expecting you to come in here and
The
dominate.
thing is, I think a lot of people treated that as you trying to bash Angel and Kaylin instead of just pointing out that the W's have
gonna be
had
tough.
great players.
Yes, it's
Like,
tough.
you know what I mean? I think that's a but
It should have been the bottom line. It should have been the bottom. It should have been the bottom line of what the expectation was.
Okay, so I have a question. I have a question for Richard. So, given, you're like, yeah, they both dominate. How do you look at it if you're giving up or you're giving out 8 assists per game? Yeah, she's had several double-digit assists. But you got turnovers, right?
Yep.
You're leading in turnovers.
Yep.
I get it. She's a rookie. It happens. She'll get better. But do you factor in what she's giving up on the defensive end?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
And you still say she dominated?
No. That's the thing that fights against her. The thing that overweighs that is the winning. Okay. So the dominating factor of me being a point guard, I have to now point, I have to score, and I have to distribute. And during those distributions, I'm turning it over. Great. But guess what we're doing? We're winning. We're winning.
Okay, so since we know LeBron's career, rookie 25-5, was that considered dominating?
you wouldn't say that was a dominant rookie season for LeBron James.
He said it now. Rookie season. You're adding rookie season. Yes. Rookie season, yes.
Yes.
That's a good conversation.
2004, that's all we were making.
Yeah, that's all we were making.
Now we have a full
But the season, you're capitalizing on rookie season.
I didn't say no, most dominant.
I did say it was the most dominant.
No, what I'm saying is,
I didn't say-
dominating. They were the
I didn't say she's not going to dominate.
as a rookie.
Right.
Y'all leaving out the context that she is a rookie, so you only can say as a rookie. She's a rookie, so if she comes in and dominates, now you have to say, as a rookie, she dominates.
But you said, yeah, she dominated all rookies. But I never said she's not going to come in and dominate immediately over all the rookies.
But the key word to me
in all of this is dominate, regardless of rookie or whatever.
Well, so
they
dominate. 25-5 by LeBron dominating it
because Melo had the same thing.
Was he considered dominating?
Both of them dominated.
So if we go through the stats and we look at everybody's stats, we're going to point those out as dominating stats.
Amongst them,
you're going to use rookie because you got to add class to make it make sense. But that wasn't the statement. The statement wasn't among rookies. Because if we had said rookies, she would have probably said yes. Who would all say that?
What was the discourse about LeBron coming from high school to the NBA? He wasn't going
to dominate. But no one
called it coming right away.
No one called it dominating.
No one that was top tier 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years in is not going to call it dominating. But the motherfuckers who are watching, who've never seen LeBron play in the NBA, they're going to say, that boy came in and he's doing everything they said he was going to do.
Didn't make an all-star game, didn't make an all-NBA team. You talk about Caitlin, it ain't make an all-star.
He's going to be first team
all the real basketball player says, yeah, we in trouble. We know when he finds his rhythm, he's going to take over
because he's dominating now.
He's dominating now. He's good now. He's not
He's dominating the rookies, though.
Remember, in his rookie year, he averaged 28. Dominating.
Come on, how's that different, bro? You just up the numbers. You just up the numbers to say that the numbers are high. 28, dominating. So 13 rebounds is not dominating? 13 rebounds a game for Angel Reese is not dominating?
When Jordan came in the game, right, he was second or third in scoring. In the league, third or second in scoring. Right? So you can say, well,
Taylor's number 1 in assists in the league.
But she's a scorer.
So what? What does that matter? Still the leader in assists.
So when what is her first ability?
Passing. Which is what she's leading in. Passing. Passing.
Now we're lying.
Passing.
You're lying. Her
Passing. She passes first, Gilbert. She shoots because she can pass.
She does not pass first.
She's a traditional point guard first.
She does not pass first.
Let's just make it sense.
Rashard, no.
When Jordan came in, averaged 28. His third year, he averaged 35, right? Then 37. Those became dominant. Caitlin Clark is averaging 20. We all, stop lying to yourself. We all said, this is probably the worst her offense is going to be, right?
No.
She's going to be worse than this?
We just not talking about I'm not talking about the score.
Her assist is going to be her assist. Do you think she's going to be a better scorer next year and the year after?
Yeah.
Do you? Okay, thank you. Jesus Christ. So this is the bottom end of her scoring. Same thing with injuries. We know most likely Angel Reese, this is the bottom end of her scoring. She's going to get better scoring and she's going to get better rebounds. There might be a year where she averages 15 and 15.
Yeah.
Dominating. There might be a year where she might fuck around and surprise us all and average 20 points. We don't put 20 points on her, but she might average 20 points one year, and it might be 20 and 17.
Is it okay?
Dominating.
Is it okay for us to have different definitions of dominating?
No.
We gotta have your definition. We gotta have your definition. We gotta go with yours.
We cannot have different.
So do we have to go with your definition?
No. Whatever the word.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like you're making the rules.
The definition of dominance is that's the definition.
So if I'm at the top of my category,
your category.
if I'm at the top
of your category,
of my category, what is the deciding factor whether I'm dominating?
Because is that your skill?
Bro, what the fuck does that have to do with me being at the top, dominating at this category? That's not, regardless if my skill is fucking guitaring, and I'm over here fucking drumming. If I'm killing in the fucking drums, this ain't my skill. Shit, I'm dominating at this now.
Question for
I'm a good drummer and a good guitarist.
Question for you.
I'm dominating this shit. I'm good at
Okay, question for you. As the #1 draft pick.
But you make it sound like someone's hating you.
No, I'm not.
You said we know she averages 9 assists.
I'm just saying she's dominated. I'm not saying nobody's hating. I'm just saying she's dominated.
We're both saying the same thing. This is the bottom end of her scoring.
Right.
We know we know she's going to turn it up. When she turns it up, that's when I'm like, this mother.
That's how you saying that.
That's when
I'm saying it right now. That's the difference.
I mean, you don't have no expectation then.
If Kamala Harris is says the economy has recovered, she's either lying or delusional. Reject Kamala.
Introducing Zaxby's new chicken finger tacos. One with pico and creamy chipotle ranch, and the other with bacon and avocado ranch. Chicken expert since 1990. Taco expert since now. Woo, saucy. Zaxby's.
That's why she's dominating, my nigga. Because you don't have no expectation. She's dominating because
Before the start of the season, if I said, Cheryl, Angel Reese is going to break the rebounding record, and Caitlin Clark going to break the assist record, that would be a far stretch in the reach of what was going to happen.
No, because you can't say it because you didn't do that.
But I'm just saying, if I would have came in and said that, hey,
That was the narrative.
Angel Reese is going to have the most rebounds in a single season in WNBA history. If you said that back in,
If you had said that back in and said,
both of them would have dominated.
you would have had to, she would have led in rebounding. We could have put the ball to
He didn't say dominate.
I'm about to say, if I said she going to set the
If you would
record,
have said it like that, I probably would have been like, okay, well, let me see what that record is.
see, I wouldn't have said it because I wouldn't have thought that it would happen.
But what I'm saying, I'm gonna be real. But no, because nobody put it out there like that. No one asked the question.
didn't have an expectation.
No, what I'm saying is, do you think Reese would break the rebounding record as a rookie, right? And then we would have said, okay, what is the rebounding record? Then we would have said, oh, she has to average this.
I would have said hell no.
We don't know.
I would have said
We would have said Caitlin Clark leading the league in scoring. I mean, in assists.
We'd have to go back and say,
I don't know.
but they don't get
We would have had a definite.
They have a tweet. Carrington say, hey, listen up, ladies.
But how
Carrington.
But time out. No. Make sure you get the tweet right.
She might lead the league.
That ain't what she said.
What she said? Caitlin Clark just might lead the league.
That ain't what she
So,
said.
so that means she's seen it happen then. Pass it.
But that's not what she said.
What she say?
So first of all, you have to understand, Dejanay and Alyssa Thomas are teammates. So Alyssa Thomas led the league in assists last year. Dejanay, in a jokingly manner, said, only to 18, to Alyssa Thomas.
I haven't.
She read into the league. She said, listen up, ladies.
Well, I'm
You know
saying
you have
that
big
again. I'm
crush on
saying
her.
that.
She tweeted Caitlin might lead the league.
I'm saying that again.
I know.
It's Twitter space. And the ladies on Twitter.
Because I
I'm
need
saying
to
that the ladies.
respond to this.
I'm saying that the ladies.
Yes, she tweeted at 18. Caitlin might break your assist record this year.
But she
18 responded and said, hey, don't play with me. So let's keep going. So then I put laughing faces to what AT said. Because I was laughing at Alyssa Thomas being like, hey, don't play with me.
This is my shit.
Yeah, she's like, hey, don't play with me.
This is what I
Right?
do. That's
Well, what's wrong with that, though?
this is
This
is what I'm saying that Caitlin might just lead the assist. She's saying, listen, this girl is really like that. She might do this.
Okay, yes. So that means the expectation of her passing very well, somebody's seen it. Right? But there's nobody was expecting her to average 30. Right? Because no one put numbers on it.
If somebody would have tweeted that, we'd be like, well, you're wrong. Like, obviously, she didn't average 30, she averaged 19.5. And then, but nobody on the other side is going to be nobody's going to say they averaged 19.
But that's fine because no one put any numbers on it. Everyone kind of, like now everyone's definition is skip. I think year 3, she's going to be at 27 and 27 and 10. And I'm going to be like, oh, she's dominating now. Right? We know what fucking dominating means. Right now, very good. Right? She's very good. She is on, we call it gold status. She's moving in that direction of one day being in that category. Yes, we can see the trajectory now. Hey, Angel, next year, 13 and 15, 13. That's fucking.
Can I ask you a question then?
She's gonna break her own record. You know why? Because she has the record now, and she's missed the last 6, 7 games. So she's done gave herself some wiggle room to keep breaking her record every year.
Is Caitlin Clark the best?
I'm sorry, but not just the rebound.
Not even close.
She's not Caitlin Clark, not the best rookie?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she's the best rookie, right?
This year, yes.
She's the best rookie.
Not even close, but it's not even close. It was never close.
Now I have a question for you.
Close.
Question for you, Shirley.
I think it was close to the beginning.
We wanted to be. 3?
No, to me it was. No.
Okay. See, I mean, your perspective in life.
No.
You were the best player in the W, but you don't think...
I don't think I dominated.
Who
I
dominated?
thought, I don't know.
And the time that you was...
No, but listen, I don't know. I don't know if I dominated. I played very well. And I played very well on both sides of the ball. But I scored, I rebounded, I defended. But to me, you can win MVP and not be dominant.
Okay,
So being number one in your category doesn't mean that you're dominating the category. If you're number one in points for the league, if you're number one in points, are you dominating the league because you're averaging 30, or are you? What year did Kobe dominate? When he was like, this is the most dominant motherfucker in the league, and he's dominant. What year? 06. What was the stats 06? 35 again. Okay. Dominant. Angel Wilson this year. What do we say?
But here's my thing,
Well, the
Jimmy.
35 wasn't the reason why he dominated.
What was it?
It was the consecutive points. Back to back, the 40, the whole month of,
And we know Caitlin's not there yet. We know what's coming, right? So that's why I don't want to put dominating on her right now, because I know what dominating is gonna look like when she gets into her shit.
because
Right now she's playing.
tier levels to dominance, though. That's what I'm trying to explain.
Oh, okay.
And her tier level is tier.
Okay, so I
base level.
Okay.
She's base level dominance. She's gonna emerge as she goes. So now she's on ground floor level, where I came in with all my peers. Oh, all y'all rookies in here, y'all ain't on my level. Hey, Angel, you can step up. You're probably the closest one.
Okay.
Me and you gonna go to the next level.
I understand.
We get to take the elevator.
But I don't know. I don't know if, like, yeah. I think they both maybe exceeded expectations.
Yes.
But I don't think they dominated, right? I don't think.
I know.
Sorry, because but you're also saying that Abe is probably the closest thing to Caitlin. However you want to look at that.
Just as far as rookie of the year vote, it's like she's second, regardless of what anybody can say.
She should be.
Number one, she should be number two.
But I will throw in Rakia Jackson.
That's what I'm saying. For sure.
If Kurt Miller plays Rakia Jackson in the beginning of the season, like he's playing her now, Rakia Jackson to me is in that conversation.
She's an
She
anomaly.
Yeah.
She's got that.
Without question.
Got it. She's got it.
Okay, from how you're saying it, yes, in the sense of some people's talents, right? If this was another player, that ceiling wasn't high, they would be considered dominant.
Because they ain't got
Right,
no
so
ceiling.
I shouldn't be penalizing her because I think she has, like,
When you can set up reliable Spectrum Internet en masse, you can feel at home en masse. You're not home until you're connected. Get Spectrum.
because Asia has, there's these, you know what I mean? With her talent, there's 10 levels of dominance. And we're seeing one.
Yes.
Next year, she might even tap into another set because that's her trajectory. Caitlin Clark's dominance has more floors than Angel Reese, right? We can say that. Can we say right now that Angel Reese will ever be on the Asia Wilson type of dominance? We can say no because we know her scoring is not a natural like that.
Right.
So we don't ever see her averaging 27 points a game.
Bullshit.
You think she's gonna average 27
I
points?
think she could. She's a rookie. When Asia first came into the league, Asia wasn't scoring like that.
No, what's her in college when she's a score?
Asia wasn't scoring.
But yeah,
I get what he's saying, but will she average 27 a game? I don't know. I do see her averaging in the 20s.
getting better. Yeah, you see her getting
Yeah, like she needs to get in the gym. And the thing with Angel though is she recognizes that. Like she understands.
You know what I like about her? What I do like about her skills, she understands what she does and what she
And what she
doesn't
does
do. She's
well.
not going out there saying, I'm going to try to average 20 points a game. She knows I'm trying to get my rebounds, outlet, do my job, block, protect, hustle. She does what she does very well, and she doesn't try to conform to say,
trajectory by putting her in to a category that she's not, right? Next year, she's going to average a double-double. The following year, like, she's already set the tone for what she's going to be. No.
Her averaging a double-double to me is going to happen every season.
Yeah.
One, because she works that hard, right? And once her offensive game catches up to the hard work and just her resiliency, and she just plays hard. Like once she gets in the gym and working on that, she gets some post moves. Like I definitely think she can average 20 points a game.
I think that.
I don't know if that'll happen next year, but in the next couple of years.
It's usually
I think
like
so.
like talents like this is like it's like Luka, right? Luka's first year great. Second year we didn't see this, right? This is a whole different beast of a guy, right? There's people that we like, okay, they're gonna be dominant. Like their first year good, their second year they're already like pushing the envelope. But Luka's not in his prime where this is easy work for him.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? This is and it's dominating. He's dominating, but it's easy. Yes, so he can go a whole. Right, he can go a whole like. Sometimes when we say dominant, we're looking.
So Kayla's averaging 19.5 points, 8.4 assists, I believe 5.7 rebounds.
19.5.
Angel Wilson, her rookie year, averaged 21 points, 8 rebounds.
And people would have been like, that's dominant. Well, we see this everything. We see what dominance has been. I'm allowing the growth.
Yeah. We're not saying most dominant.
But I'm saying dominant as a rookie.
Yeah.
I'm saying dominant as a rookie.
Dominant as a rookie is dominant.
But can we say, is this even the best dominant? No. Is this the most dominant rookie season? No. At this point, it has to be Candace Parker.
We do that too much where you got someone coming in being dominant, and then we have to compare him to the last person who was dominant. And they compare that dominance and say, well, Candace was a little bit more, just because, like, well, they're both still dominant, right? At the end of the day, they're both still dominant. But she was just more dominant.
What's so funny is, Candace's stats, her rookie season where she won an MVP was better than the year she won MVP.
That's crazy.
If I go to the
18.5.
That's crazy.
That's 19 a game. She was at 19.
If I go to the Olympics, I win the 100 meters. I don't set the world record. I was still the most dominant amongst that field. Maybe not all time historically, but still getting.
And that's the thing. It's the all-time historically. The Shaq, like you think Shaq dominance is like, ain't nobody stopped Shaq for 6 years. But then you don't look at that 7, 8, 9 years. Like, well, why did Shaq stop being dominant?
Yeah. That's why even with your 3 MVPs, one of those years was the most dominant of those 3. But even you say, I don't feel like, but you were literally the best player in this.
Right. Because I think you can be the best player and not be the most dominant.
Yeah. But you
It's crazy that they
I think that's like the go to
I gotta
Some
disagree.
people confuse the like James Harden, right? The year he averaged 36, he was dominant.
Yes.
Win an MVP or not win an MVP, how he played the game, how he was running off damn near 40 straight games of 20 plus, he was dominant. The game was too easy for him, right?
I know.
Luka, too easy. Embiid, it doesn't have nothing to do with win or lose. They're dominant. Them individuals is dominant. Caitlin is not there yet.
But you said you disagree. And the reason why I say that is because I don't have it in front of me, but like I wasn't the leading scorer. So according to you, if you're the leading scorer, that means you're the most dominant player.
According to him.
You said that.
No, I know. I said no. I said whatever your number one is. Like if you say whatever your skill set.
Because you said Angel's the leading rebounder, so she dominated.
It's dominated rebounding. Well, it's rebounding, not the point.
Same difference.
No, because
I wasn't the leading rebounder. I said I wasn't the leading rebounder the year I won MVP.
Right.
Which means someone else is the leading rebounder.
Which means if you watch the game, which I said originally, if I'm watching the game, I can tell you who's dominant without stats. I can watch Cheryl Swoops play for 40 minutes and say she's the most dominant player on the court. She can get a shot whenever she wants. She can get somebody open whenever she wants. She can get a rebound. She can do whatever she wants on the floor, no problem. Conversation we had about Joker, when we asked about is Joker just as dominant as Shaq, right? And our conversation went to the left because we had to take out his assists. because Shaq didn't have that. We're comparing him to Shaq. So the dominance of Joker is always going to be belittled because he does other things that aren't exciting. Like passing the ball, and he's not dunking on niggas. He's not, like, we'll look at Joker and be like, was he the most dominant guy in the playoffs? So we'll be like, I guess if you don't look at, like, I think dominance sometimes when it comes to, when we look at it from the hoop side of it, if we gotta look at the stat sheet to see what you did, you didn't dominate. Like, that's my whole point. Like, I guess sometimes when we look at, like, Angel, when she's playing, we're like, okay, she's dominant. We don't have to go to the stats to say she had 35 attacks. We don't really have to do that. So there's nights where.
But to me, that changes every night. Like depending on who's on the floor, it's a different player that's dominating that particular game.
Yes.
My thing was for the whole season.
Consistently.
For the whole season.
We needed the beginning of the
Yeah.
season. Beginning of
So,
the season.
but not only that, it was immediately. So to me, when I said immediately, it was from day one. And again, that was just my opinion. And I don't just look at highlights, I watch the game. So no, I didn't think that Caitlin dominated immediately. I didn't think Angel dominated immediately.
I agree.
I think since the Olympic break, I think Caitlin Clark has been a hell of a player every single game. I think Angel Reese, to me, Angel may have exceeded expectations even more so than Caitlin.
Yep.
And the reason why I say that is when you're drafted number one, you're drafted number one for a reason. And when you look at her career in college, Caitlin was a great collegiate player. When you look at Angel drafted number 7, the expectations people had on her were, to me, weren't the same as a player that's drafted number 1.
She was expected to go 2, 3, 4.
There's a rhythm in the markets. And if you want to learn to listen for it, I'll show you how.
You're like 4 after like...
Yeah.
Right after
And
4,
she dropped
but
the
there's
number
4. And the fact that she dropped to 7.
It drops the expectation.
It does. And also, I know because people are like, yeah, but Caitlin has Indiana back in the playoffs since 2016, which is huge. Yes, she does. Caitlin's a big part of that. Every single other player on there is a part of that, too. And so when I look at Chicago, they have a completely different team.
Yeah.
They have a brand new coach who's never coached in the WNBA. They lost Kalia Copper. I can't even think of that roster. But Kyle was a big part of what Chicago did last year. They have a brand new team. And yet, they're not in the playoffs, but they're fighting for that A spot. So to me, I think Angel's a big part of that. I think Kennedy Carter's a big part of that. I think Camille Cardoso's a big part of that.
So with those 3 moving forward, do you think once those girls understand, because for the most, their twin towers are rookies, 3 years from now, that could be a scary...
It could be a problem.
That could be a problem. Okay,
If they get a point guard. Yeah.
You know what isn't a problem? Underdog fantasy. So if you missed out on the week 2 specials from Underdog, don't worry. We have you covered for week 3. There's new specials dropping every day. So today we have the return of the CD Lamb free pick. Thursday we have a 30% profit boost token for you ahead of the Patriots-Jets game. College football has their discounts for you as well on Saturday. So head over to Underdog app, use promo code GILL to get $1,000 bonus cash and all these special promos. And as always, shout out to Underdog Fantasy. We're keeping the lights on here at Gill's Arena. Another spirited debate, discussion. I feel like we all improved as human beings after that conversation. We can't understand it, just of dominance. Well, speaking of dominance, Jason Tatum